Game of Thrones! Yeah, we have a trailer for Game of Thrones Season 4, and I didn't want to watch it because I don't like knowing anything about Game of Thrones before I go into it. I want to know if this new season could be about anything. It could be about dragons, it could be about fire, it could be about global warming. I don't want to know. But a lot of people wanted to hear me talk about it, so I guess I'll talk about it. In which case, yeah, I watched it. And I'm going to talk about some spoilers that have already happened in Game of Thrones, so this is a warning. If you haven't seen Game of Thrones Seasons 1 through 3, 3 in particular, you've been warned. A couple things before we get started. On the last trailer review that I did, I said that I'd do a video on YouTube with no trailer footage, and then on my website, I would have one with trailer footage. Turns out I need to buy server space and shit in order to do that. I didn't know that. So I'm working on all that, but here I'll still do a video with no trailer footage because I don't know if YouTube is still killing all firstborns and videos that use trailer footage. I don't know the status of that. Till I find out, I'm gonna play it safe because as Lord Baelish would say, must protect my investment. But I'll explain to you what I saw, don't worry. And I'm gonna theorize here, so if you've read the books and you know the answer, don't put spoilers in the comment section. Don't be a dick. Or if you do put spoilers in the comment section after you push enter, go ahead and unsubscribe because I obviously don't like you because you're an asshole. If you put spoilers, so since you're not gonna do that, don't worry, you're not an asshole. But let's talk about this. The first shot in the trailer is this dragon shadow flying over King's Landing and you're like, all right, it could be a couple things. Trailers sometimes make shit up for the sake of trailers. Could be that, could be a dream, could be the last shot of the season, could be the first shot of the season. I don't know. It's intriguing as hell though, because the whole thing is Daenerys and her dragons, and she's gonna wreck shop. Which has always cracked me up about Game of Thrones. Everyone's all fighting their war, and in the end, dragons are gonna come from here, and ice zombies are gonna come from the north. All the politics and shit in between, it just doesn't matter. You know what does matter? I'm sorry. Sir Jaime Lannister. You know when he had that monologue when he was in the bath with Brienne and he had his nub and he's telling his story, you're like, you're no longer Kingslayer. You're Jaime Lannister because you're awesome. First time you see him in the trailer, Joffrey's like, I won the war. And this one dude's like, the war's not won. And I was like, who is that? Holy shit, that's Jaime Lannister. He's all clean shaven. He has a haircut. He's looked like dirty bum Jesus for about 2 seasons now. So I didn't recognize him. And he gets a new hand. He gets this prosthetic metal hand, in which case I was like, hey, I want to know if Theon Greyjoy has a metal dick. The dude, I want to know he's okay. Give him his metal dick. Yeah, when the In Memoriam segment's going on the Oscars this year, I want to know that Theon Greyjoy's dick is recognized. That hurts, man. That hurts. It's like the red wedding of your nuts. It affected me because usually shows or movies or whatever are like, we're gonna cut it off, and then they don't. Not Game of Thrones, they're like, nope. It's gone. Mailed it to his dad because that's just how we roll here. And then we see Daenerys and she's building her army as always. And she says this really sweet line. She's talking about the people and she's like, they can either live in my new world or die in their old world. And I've seen this for a while. Daenerys is such this Jesus chick metaphor with dragons that she has so much power. And you're like, yeah, I want to see you succeed because you're awesome. But then you start thinking, what if she gets corrupted? Just what if? She is a Targaryen, they're conquerors. You just start seeing this hardcore attitude start coming out of her as she gets more and more confident as the seasons have gone on. In which case you have to step back and go, what if you just become a dick by the time you take the throne? Your dragons just eat everything. You sit there and you're like, okay. Let's just hang out and execute shit. She was banging Khal Drogo. He wasn't known for his bedside manner. Remember that one monologue? He's like beating his chest and shit. He's freaking out. Yeah, you remember. She was married to that dude. She had to have picked up a few things along with her DNA because, again, she's a Targaryen. And it looks like Tyrion's in deep shit. You know what? This is why I love Tyrion Lannister. It's a thing with Tyrion Lannister and the actor Peter Dinklage. Together, they made being a dwarf awesome. It's like if you were a small dude in Hollywood before, you're gonna play Santa's helpers and shit. But example, Peter Dinklage is playing Trask in X-Men Days of Future Past. It just seems like the door's been opened to where it's like, no, it doesn't matter your size as long as you can pull the role off. Visually, it's easy to be like, no, he can't play that role. He's small. Fact is, Peter Dinklage is one of the best actors out there, so yeah, he can play the role. I just like the fact that door's opened up. I think that's why Peter Dinklage is badass. And of course, we close the trailer with Peter Dinklage, Tyrion Lannister giving his sage advice. He's all like, if you want justice, you've come to the wrong place. You're like, are you gonna die? I don't want him to die. The last dude who was rotting in a dungeon who was awesome lost his head. I'm telling you, friends, he's gonna lose a head, a hand, or a dick. That's the way it's gonna be. That's the Game of Thrones way. Heads, hands, and dicks. No one rides for free. Someone's losing something. But in the end, Game of Thrones is the best show on TV right now. I say right now because Breaking Bad has wrapped up. It's no longer new episodes on TV. But yeah, Game of Thrones is vulgar, it's violent, it's very mature, and it's badass. Yeah, needless to say, I'm looking forward to season 4 because it's gonna be pretty sweet. So Game of Thrones season 4, have you seen the trailer? You looking forward to seeing it? There's a part of me that's like, if you saw the Red Wedding and then you walked from the show, I understand. I feel like that's a turning point in people's entertainment. In any case, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.